go us and this is okay, so tell me what needs to be fixed so we can fix it. But nope.
Yeah, there's only so many hours in a day.
Yep. I'm just surprised. He's probably busy with other things, so it's not no ill intent or anything.
Right,
I'm just surprised. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. I need to log into Twitch here too.
Shout-outs going. So I got 4 streams this week, 4 streams next week.
Yeah.
Then I'm on. Well, no. Then I'll have a couple. Then during the week, but then I'm on vacation. So I'll be in Florida. So John, well, Berkshire will be gone for 2 weeks. So
it's kind of everything just goes radio silent for a couple of weeks. Yeah. So that's
Well,
that's good. We all took vacation at the same time.
Yeah, unintentionally, intentionally, I guess.
Yeah.
You know? So. Hey, Mystical. Good evening. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good. What's up, JR?
Good. Yep.
Hype it up! Yes, everyone, hype it up. Anna's last, unless a miracle happens from live from Sweden. Hey, darling, it's the last one Anna will be on for a month.
Yeah, that might be able to come in at least now and then, so to speak, on some of them. We'll see. Yeah. But Wednesday I will probably miss because I will barely get there. When that happens, so to speak.
Mike and I got the tavern one. That's cool.
That's good. Yep.
Darling, I'm getting character sheets out and updated for next Saturday. I got yours, Bones, and Myriad's to do still, just to get them completely updated. I may get to that tonight after. I may get that tonight after the show. So, yep. Just to make sure. I forgot, darling. You're gonna have to Rose. I want to see how Rosie's gonna be. Oh, thank you, William Scott Terrell, with another halfling and a male halfling in there. With right, Talowic's gonna be in that adventure. The Guardian. That'll be interesting. Yeah, something for you to think about. Yes, and he's like a do-gooder, completely. Like, what am I doing here? If you get an announcement that I'm live in Discord from me, please, and you're on already, I'm sorry, but I do a quick scroll through and get these all done because it's the easiest way to do it. There, I know Darling just got one. Now they got the system down, it's a lot quicker.
Well, good.
Yeah, getting all this out. Same thing, Mystical. Yeah, well, there's options. Just putting it out there, just you know, to let you know what's coming up there. You know. What's up, Josh?
Trollord Games, join the fray.
The last dungeon we talked about was the one Josh ran the adventure on with the tournament. You know, with Rachni and stuff like that. That was 128. So we're starting at 129 tonight. Josh, I did ask someone else to play next Saturday, and it wasn't you. I'm sorry. But I don't think that person's going to be able to play because there's... yes, I'll just... yes. But that person said reach out at any time, and if they can make it, they will, and if not, at least I reached out. So he's that person's everywhere. He's on magazine covers, doing interviews at cons everywhere. So I figured, why not? I reached out to Mr. Todd Stashwick, and we'll see. I don't think he'll be able to do it, but 8's a lot, but. You know, how am I going to say no to Todd? Right, Josh? That's what I figured. Right, Chuck said we'll have codes in the morning. Awesome! Skip this. Get rolling here. Kind enough to sponsor. We had giveaways every hour, and I think, and as I was saying, I think yesterday was our longest stream ever. When I got off and I saw that you know, it shows you the time. It was 8 hours 59 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I think that was my longest, and it didn't break. It didn't like it.
I was just going to say you didn't have any technical hiccups.
None at all.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
What have you sacrificed to the bandwidth gods to make that happen?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. You know how I had that, like, weird glitchy issue last Saturday night?
Yeah.
Remember the Saturday before where I have a feeling I started late too. It was 8 o'clock. I normally start my special games at 6. So I'm wondering if I hit peak bandwidth time with so many other channels on. But when I was
Yeah.
already on at 6, the bandwidth's already dedicated. I'm just wondering if it's
Yeah.
something like weird like that.
It might be, because
Yeah.
and it might not be with Twitch service. It might be local too. If you have so many neighbors that
That's
start
true.
watching Netflix at the same time, it might be your neighborhood network, so to speak, that goes down.
That's a real possibility too.
Yeah, either that or the Twitch servers get swapped at the same time too. That's another issue that might happen.
Yeah, well, William Scott Turrell, Jarathon uses Albert Rodeo, and he says he likes that a lot. I heard that one's pretty easy to use.
I use Albert Rodeo too. I use the new version, the 2.0 that is in beta still.
So there you go on that. So that
Yeah.
may be that may be a good one to look up.
Yep.
Antiquitous or anyone else, if someone's on there to link the Albert Rodeo site, could you do that, please, in chat?
I
That would be. Yeah.
Do that here.
All right, cool. Okay, thanks, Josh. That's what I figured would be a good one to start with, Albert.
Yeah, that's the site to the current version, so to speak. But there's a link to the Albert Rodeo 2.0 beta that it's better, but it's also there is a free version of it still, so to speak. But they're going to make the original version of Albert Rodeo. They're going to make it open source, so you can download it and host it yourself if you want to.
Correct. Only Fantasy Grounds has an old school AD&D with a lot of pre-canned adventures. A lot of them done by Mike Celestian. So,
Yeah. That's the thing with Albert Rodeo. It doesn't have any automation, no rules, nothing like that. It's
right, just maps.
maps and tokens. That's it.
Yeah. So you roll outside of it.
You can. There's a die roller built in. Yeah.
There's die roll, but it
this-
doesn't calculate. It doesn't calculate spell effects, all that
No,
stuff.
no,
rules,
no,
yeah.
no automation.
Morpheus.
There's a simple plugin that you can use for initiative if you want to. You can put creatures' names and stuff in there, and that's
That's good.
Fog of War. Yeah, I like it because I don't use it for I don't want to have all that in. I have that in Obsidian. That's my tool where I have all the rules and all that stuff. That way I don't have to have that more than in one place.
Very, very cool.
Yep. But I saw Roll20 is doing a major overhaul too to start looking more like Foundry. So there's competition gearing up.
Wow. And then I hear Dungeon Alchemist is picking up speed a little bit too.
Yeah, and Astrum or whatever it's called, or there's another one coming. Yeah, there's one being launched every 2 weeks, it seems like. So we'll see.
It's Mike Celestian who's on a lot. He's yeah, he streams from time to time too. Josh, I've known Mike since before. 20 years ago. I've known Mike. Mike's been around for a long time, and he's a regular here too. And you'll see him pop in from time to time. So good evening, everyone. So cherish this moment tonight because Anna won't be here for another month, more than likely.
I might be able to pop in, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm leaving in a little over 24 hours. So yeah.
Yes, for Sweden bound.
Yep.
So and good to see everyone here. So we're doing classic D&D reprints tonight. Please sit tight on the codes. I know there's 9 of you. I got to get codes. Actually 8 because Phantom, a 491 Phantom won twice because I reset it and I did that intentionally and he won two $10 digitals, which is cool. I got 9 people to get those codes to, and then I got a couple of these to get out, and I have 1 of these left. So if one wants a classic D&D reprint tonight, some things, as you know, last night 1000th adventure. Thank you so very much. Unbelievable audience. We were at 100 like the entire.
Yep.
We were like the top D&D stream for like 8 hours. Yes, it was unbelievable. And it was a fun time, and I appreciate it. I think we had 6 or 7 raids. It was really an awesome day, and I will remember it. And for those of you who say I am a weak, as far as it calls, not a killer DM anymore, well, I showed you all I killed a character. I turned the character to stone. I drained the character level, and I cut some characters' arms off. So there you go. So that was fun, Anna. It was a good time. But now I got to prepare for this week. So I have two games this week I got to prepare for that I've just started on. So one of them is a special event. Thank you. Thank you so very much. It was fun. It was a fun day. I was glad to see all my players can make it, even Tim, which made it special. But just we'll talk about this next week's packed with content next week. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday night, Sunday, like usual. And there's Saturday. I just posted in chat, but the crossover event with Ed Greenwood. Yeah, I am excited about that. The name of that is there's no room in there. Hey, Stronghold, good to see you. The name with the Ed Greenwood game with the crossover event is "What Could Possibly Go Wrong." There's our name for our venture, and that'll be number 1003. So that's
very suitable.
Yeah, it's very suitable for an Ed Greenwood. Oh, dude, thanks, man. That was really cool. I really appreciate that. As I knocked out my speaker, like I always do, Anna. Right, all the time when I.
Oh yeah, you unplugged yourself.
Yeah, unplugged
now
myself.
And then.
So yeah, boom it up. Thank you. All right, so some things before we go into the discussion tonight. Let me just make sure I can change screens. I don't crash everything here.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
A little touchy
seems
here.
Yeah.
So we'll put this up here. Just to show you where we are in 2023, here's all the adventures I've run so far this year in 2023, and there we go. I kind of messed up the order a little bit, but there's our 1000th. This Thursday one, I haven't even really. I'm working on that tonight and tomorrow night, and then hey, Justinius. Yes, yeah, thank you. Yep. Found one day. No, trust me. Use the community won't steer you wrong. Will you go to Alberta Radio? I think that's a good starting point. So there you go. There's where we are, and Tim came up with this idea. I think it's funny, and that is 2 drink minimum in the Slav Squat squad. When they're together, we're going to call it 2 squats minimum.
Yes.
I thought that was really witty, so I put that into my log here. So and it wasn't that long ago with puppets. It was only $9.90 there, when we did the fundraiser. So yeah, Lizard King was awesome. It was a great time, and I ran it in 9 hours, but it was a convention style. And I said that from the beginning that we were going to run this in, where we have set encounters, because I only have so much room on my table, and we don't want to be there all day and night. I knew I was burning out at the end. It was a long day, but it was fun. And do not expect a 2000th adventure, please. All right?
Another 45 years. Well, you can when you retire, you can start running 3 a week or 4 a week, and then you would be there in 10 years.
I would need to run. Are you ready for this? If I ran 50 adventures a year, that's 20 years. Yeah.
But maybe you run 100 a year, that's 10 years. So you can make it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, you can make it. Yeah, you retire and you make two a week, and you be at 2000.
I would love to.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's feasible. But you never know. So
you never know. Yeah.
Some classic D&D reprints. Give it an exclamation point drawing there, and thank you, Stronghold. Please go follow Stronghold D&D. They're great. They were just on right before us. I think they finished like 45 minutes or an hour before we started, and they run every Sunday. So that's something that you can hook up with one a day for 3 years. Yeah.
That's
my wife will kick my ass. It won't be. My wife will kick my ass right out the door. So yeah. So it was a fun time, but so. Tonight we're going to go back to some dungeons and talk about these. And I found an adventure that I don't know if I knew about. I'm like, wow. And it's by a legendary person too. It's by Greg Vaughn. In these coming up, and I'm like, wow.
He's cool.
It's right in my back door in Greyhawk, Anna. Yeah. So we'll take a look at that. So, Chad, I'm assuming you weren't. I'm assuming when I didn't get a message, you weren't going to show up and hang out with us. I don't blame you, man. Because who wants to hang out with Tim? I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, Tim was fine, except he was complaining the whole time about that damn Mordecai sword. Yes, last time for a month.
Yep.
But Mike and I got Legends of Lore covered. We have it
Yep.
covered.
Mm-hmm.
We have. I'm going to call it your memorable taverns and inns. That way we don't rank
That's a
them
good
or
one.
anything like that. So we can just go
Yep.
around. I'll talk about some of
Mhm.
my campaign too.
Yeah,
Screw
then
it.
you can invite prestigious co-hosts and stuff too. So.
Exactly.
Yep.
Maybe we'll figure out that someone else wants to hop on that for tavern talk. But no, it's cool, man. It's cool. All right. So what's up, Mike? We continue with the dungeon discussion, which we haven't done one since 243. So we're getting back into these. Yeah, things are good, Mike. Just, busy as usual. Yesterday was long. 9 hours streaming was a long day, but we are through it. Dungeon number 129 we're going to start with. And your good friend Wolfgang Bowers got the next adventure in the line for the Age of Worms adventure path. Some things about this era. The covers are all awesome. The artwork's awesome.
This was the era Paizo invested heavily into their periodicals.
Thanks,
so yeah.
Yeah, and thank you all for the hype train, especially Stronghold D&D. Really appreciate it.
Yeah. And this is also the time when Dungeon came out monthly. We have to remember it was like quarterly or bi-monthly or something like that at the beginning.
When it first came out.
Yeah, and there were many years, and then now it was you got 2 magazines every month. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that era.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the. When those dungeons came out at first, and that's why we started this. No one's ever discussed the dungeons. And that's why we're on this is our 12th episode of doing these.
Mm-hmm.
One we had Eric Mona on when he talked about his. And by the way,
well, So meaning, come on here, you can get him on to. You should have him on for this show too.
And Eric's on next Sunday with James Jacobs.
I was going to say. You should have hold off on this one. We can talk lightly, and then you can go deep in next Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So Wolfgang Bauer returns to Whispering Cairn. So that obviously there looks like a black dragon spewing acid. Mm-hmm. Right on the cover. You're like, what is going all about? Oh, by the way, Olycus, which is the dragon in Tomb of Lizard King. Yeah. I changed color on it to change them up because I knew some of them had run it, and I wanted them, and I used an orange dragon from the Color Wheel article, and it sprayed sodium, and it was nasty. So that was fun too.
Yeah, this is a good illustration. I love the action in this.
It's really good.
Really good. Yeah,
it really is a good illustration. So we got the Whispering Cairn here. A Gathering of Winds is and back to the shithole of Greyhawk, the world of Greyhawk, Diamond Lake, which it is, right? It is like it's bad. It's just they fight. It sounds like John at Blue Box got a hold of this. Look, it says here, when the PC...
You mean he turned things into shitholes?
Yeah, well, even worse. Read this. When the PCs return to Diamond Lake to consult with their friend Alistan, they find the town in shambles and Alistan missing. It's because, remember, John just decided to kill everyone in Hamlet at the end of that path he was doing.
That was kind of tough. Yeah.
Yeah, so, yes.
When you nuke Hamlet, then you're going tough in your campaign.
Yeah, and I said to John, John, even though we're sharing my campaign setting, I'm going to retcon that back out. Okay?
Yeah, you're not going to have your Hamlet nuked.
Yes, we got 2 other. This one's cool too, and I'll talk about the Twisted Run as well. As I went through this.
Yeah.
So
once again, did you talk anything in the beginning? The first one, remember about the backdrop of the Age of Worms, because it's really super cool. And now I'm going to spill a few little things from. Yeah, a couple of little things from my campaign is so. One of the inspirations for my current Shieldlands campaign is the Age of Worms. It is kind of a remake in some instances of Age of Worms, my style, so to speak. So I took a lot of inspiration, and what I do when I take of it, I go in deep into the lore, and I go really, really deep in, and then I rebuild. I use all the lore, and then I rebuild that as base for my campaign, so to speak. So I don't take the scenes and stuff from the adventure, but I take the and one of the things that I've went in was the Pesh and the Windlords of Akka and stuff, and Pesh is in the Shieldlands, which is really cool. The plains of Pesh, and so I took Pesh, Kius, Dragotha, and that was the old story. And then you have the little bit more recent story was the Old Faith, the Horned Ones, and you had the from then I took the events in the White Plume Mountains and stuff. So there you have now I'm getting completely. Completely. I lost my train of thought here.
That's okay.
So we have the evil old Flan lord from there.
Nice.
Hang on a second here. Hang on a second. What?
Well,
come on. Where it's the evil guy from my White Plume Mountain, Caraptis.
Caraptis.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Caraptis. Yep. So Caraptis, he came into the story much later, so to speak, and went in. And the latest addition to the story is Vakunis and Ayus, and so to speak. So that is what plays out in the area, so to speak. So I took all the background lore from Age of Worms and kind of made my spin on it, so to speak. So basically all the premises of Age of Worms are basically true.
Cool.
It's just that what happens in the detail on each section and so on.
Path.
Yeah, so exactly. I'm not running the adventure path, but all the background lore and stuff, I've taken that and into it, and I've also taken from the Bastion of Faith, where you have that letter and stuff from that is under the temple. That one is included in my two because I loved it so much. So I built that over. So it's a 2,000. Almost 3,000, over 3,000 year old history that is unfolding bit by bit, so to speak, and the characters have unpicked a few little things, but that's about it. So yeah, so the Age of Worms has fabulous lore in the background that is fantastic. It's so much fun in it that you can do it even if you don't run the adventure path as intended. There's still tons of it, and you can combine it with other stuff because it's the same gods, Hieronymus and Palor and Mayahin and all those gods that are active later, so to speak. And then you write up. I detailed and fleshed out the backstory and the back lore and gave it geographical. So I placed Pesh and stuff that is mentioned, that is the Windukes and the plains on. It's mentioned that it's the plains in the shadow of the White Plume Mountain, and that's Shieldlands. So
the Windlords was Eric's baby, if I recall, right? Eric really came up with that. He talked about it when we had him on last for it, and it kind of confused me a little bit because I remember I've never run these once again, but I ran one of them. I ran the third one by Sean Reynolds a couple of months ago in my campaign.
And you've been in Diamond Lake and that part.
I've been in Diamond Lake since the 80s, since the Greyhawk box set came out. So yeah, absolutely. So it fit in perfectly. One thing, and I point this out every time on this cover, tell me that's freaking not William Wallace. Cover.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think so too. Someone seen the movie poster.
Someone saw that, like, I'm going to put William Wallace on the cover. So, all right. So,
okay, sorry for that.
No, that's great. It's great background. It's great background. So what's good about this story or bad about this story of the Age of Worms, of course, and Casey, it drives Casey crazy. And Casey may come on, Draco may hop on the second hour to discuss one of these, is there's no IU's involvement. And that kind of drives him a little crazy in it. But but as Eric has always said, they want to get away from, it's IU's, I kind of like that. It does make it a little convoluted, though. But,
yes,
But convoluted is our way for the most part, isn't it?
Yep.
So, all right, let's go through this. Wolfgang Bauer. Notice Darlene always gets mentioned because of the calligraphy at the top is hers.
Yes.
Yep. So, Wolfgang Bauer owns owns what do you call it? What company? Oh my God, my brain just shut off.
Oh, Cobalt Press.
Cobalt Press now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's his company. So.
Yep.
All right. So let's talk about the Champions Belt. We had Josh on to talk about that because he actually ran it. And then there's a Worm Hunter Prestige class that had come out in Dragon 338. So there's a lot of detail. And this was great about the Paizo era. They kind of stuff's not like thrown on the wall all over the place. Like one thing back in first, second edition, stuff's everywhere. I mean, and that's what's so hard unless you're like someone like myself or someone like all the cannon fire people where they know where all this stuff is. It's tough to find all the details for Greyhawk in first and second edition. But at least with cool. Age of Worms, WY arm. Gary, I understand completely. I do.
Yeah.
I do. But I think Paizo did Greyhawk a favor by coming out with this storyline. A lot of people.
Definitely. They brought it up both in publishing standards, and it added a new layer of lore, both ancient lore and current lore, and some of it is slightly contradictory, but you can smooth that over and change a few details here and there to make it work, and I love it, and also a lot of locations and stuff and NPCs and things that are fantastic, and the whole Red Hand with Siege and stuff that is coming up. It's really cool.
In a couple of these. And we got a really good adventure by Greg Vaughn that's just basic Greyhawk coming up too in this discussion. So, all right. So, and it talks about the Champions Belt, which is the previous one, the last one we discussed. And then Alice Stan is the main character out of Diamond Lake, who's your contact. And, so it sounds like that a dragon has put Diamond Lake under plight named Ilthane, a minion of the great undead dragon Dragatha. So, and look here, and this is the one I ran, which is from Dungeon 126, Encounter at Blackwall Keep. It was fit right into my style, fit right into my campaign, the way I did it. It worked perfectly, and I ran it for the Iron Fury group it wasn't that long ago. You know what? I'm being stupid here. Should be on this list. Here it is. Number 986, Encounter in Blackwall Keep.
Okay.
There you go. So it's right there.
Yep.
All right. So I did run one. Returning to Diamond Lake. You return and, if you're talking about shitholes in Greyhawk, here it is, but it gets even worse. It sounds like the town's in ruins. So Diamond Lake is, I don't know if it's completely abandoned, but it's been the
Ilthane ruin kind of torched the place, and we can mention that there were companion articles in Dragon magazine called Worm Food that had all the mechanics, new feats, all sorts of player and rules, the new rules and stuff like that. Companion article for players and DMs to add stuff. And since this was, sorry,
you never offend me. Part of why we do these discussions is so you play. Trust me, you'll never offend me by saying that hey, I'm not Critical Role. You know that, so you're not offending me at all. All I ask for is a lurk when you can lurk. That's it, man. Yeah, that's why we keep this going here. 100%. There's no offense taken at all. Play, please. Ilthane is a black dragon. So turtle. Cool. Abandoned temple. So we're going to go into a tomb on this one. She's pretty nasty. In fact, she has more. This dragon is more powerful than one I used in Tomb of the Lizard King on Thursday. I mean on Saturday, yesterday, with hit points and armor class way better. Yeah. So you can mention Vampire Thrall all you want, Gary. I've cleansed my soul of it. In fact, I'm going to tell you a quick story here. See, you guys got me tangenting all. So Twitter, Calstaff puts up a post. Look, it's like you were reading my mind tonight, Gary. So let me show you. He puts up a post, and he has two pictures. This just literally happened 2 hours ago. He has this picture up.
That
Okay.
looks cool.
And then he has this picture up.
Okay.
Okay. And the post goes, and I'm not going to link to the post, but it's there. And he's like, Thrommel and Jolene really needed to get together in lore in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I respond to him like, it happened in my game.
Exactly.
I think it's awesome.
Yep.
And then all he puts a picture up afterwards. It's like he baited me in. He puts a picture up of Vampire Thrommel afterwards. And knowing, and I'm like, I just laughed it off. But yeah, so there you go. So these are pictures of Joel. I'm not sure if these are AI arts or where they're from. But he literally, that happened 2 hours ago. I thought it was hysterical. Yeah, you're reading my freaking mind, Gary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the Wonder's a twinner. Yeah, so known Vampire Thrommel. Yeah, we're not... I'm past that too. That's so. Every time I mentioned that, I was watching Mike Shea this morning. Sly Flourish,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to go over about 3 or 4 controversial topics today."
Uh-oh.
He goes, they're really not. And I put this. One of them include making Bigby a gnome. ...
Yeah.
He just didn't respond. It's like there's
He
a
didn't
blackout
bite on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a blackout all over the place. No one will reply to this. Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, they don't want to take on that man. But Mike, he's awesome. I love his podcast and stuff. He's fantastic. But I can understand he might want to stay away from that one because also it might only be us Greyhawk nerds that no one else cares for what kind of creature Bigby is, so to speak. He might be a toad and they will be okay with it. So
I did have one person, and it was cool. Yeah. On my YouTube and comments go, it's not a big deal, guys. Get over it. I was like, okay, it's your opinion, but yeah. So you can worship her, innocent Cuthbert. That's true. All right. So Ecosiel's tomb is where we're going to go into here. The Black Seal, and so you got a lot of getting through. There's going to be undead everywhere. You got dungeon crawling in here, which is cool. I'm actually thinking about running this adventure as the next one I do after the last one because it fits in with Blackwall Keep. I skipped the arena one and I run this next with my players. I may actually run this. So there's some Belkers in here. So yeah. So it's a pretty good adventure. Wolfgang makes great content. Everyone knows his stuff. In fact, do I still have it sitting right here? I mean, I got that the 5th edition version of his what's it, Goblin? Oh my God, my brain.
The Age of the Empire of the Ghouls.
Empire of the Ghouls. Yeah. I got the 5th edition version. George, sit tight. By the way, I'm supposed to get the codes tomorrow morning. So, and thank you for the resub.
Yeah,
35 months. It's scary. You guys have all known me for at least 3 years.
I love the illustrations in here. I love that style where they were, fantastic.
Lots of traps. This is a standard. It goes into a standard dungeon crawl with a lot of traps. And look at this. We have actually a spider that can cast spells.
Yeah. We have the wolf spider. That's the ancient demon from back in history. The wolf spider. Yeah.
That's pretty neat. Now you got a lower level. You got a lower level of the tomb, and once again, this is all Diamond Lake. It's worse than Greyhawk City because there's just so much crap underneath it, man. It's like it's like
they needed. Sorry.
It's like the Hellmouth and Buffy. Who put it there?
They needed a dragon to trash it. It was worth it. So
absolutely.
Illfate did a good deed by nuking it by. Tearing it to pieces.
So my guys probably aren't watching. I didn't text them, but I should right now. But
hello, George. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So my idea is that the buildings won't be destroyed except the Tickling Feather, which is built now.
Also, the Tickling Feather is in
that's where originally is in Diamond Lake. Yeah, Bill's character Salen would go to the Tickling Feather. That's where he'd go.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's it. But I've franchised it now because I
I was
cannot.
just going to say you have it in other places because you don't have everybody. It's not good for business to only be in Diamond Lake, I
Plus,
guess.
I cannot not have it in the Altamir box set. I
You
gotta
need to
have
have it
I
there.
gotta
So
have a
yeah,
tickling
so you
feather.
outsource it or
Yeah, we gotta
franchise it.
have
Yeah.
that. So
Mhm.
it's a Better Breath Feats from Dracon.com to Supercharge
Yeah.
the Dragon. Um, so I've never seen any of them. Sam, how nasty are they? Are they really crazy? But I love that idea, especially if they're really cool. I love that idea. I've kind of tailored. I think a lot of DMs do this. Tell me if you do or don't. Um, you take your dragon, you just can't make it stock. You got to change up a little bit
Oh
here.
yes, every dragon should be unique.
Yeah.
There should be no stock dragons. I don't. I have redone all my dragons. I don't have stock red and gold and stuff like that. All my dragons are unique. I even have like base species and then variants of it. So that there's like base species of dragons, and then there are like some that goes just like humans. Some are good and some are evil, and there are base species of dragons, and then some of them are evil and some of them are good, like gold and red ones. They're the same base species of dragons, so there are others too. So I'm confused. The normal definition is someone wanted to make it simple and wrote some manual and put it in a library and called them that, and people start calling them. But in reality, they don't, and they diversify as they age. They become more and
Yes.
more different as they age, so to speak. Some of them are heavy magic users. Some of them don't even understand much magic at all. Some of them are smart. Some of them are dumber. So that's why I try to make my dragon. I need to write down more of my dragon rules. I made the first part. I need to write down more because I have more. I have the evolutionary tree of my dragons too. Yeah.
That's a good one, Dragon Breath. Now, yeah,
Yeah.
so BB, what I mean by that is, and I did this Saturday. That orange dragon had extraordinary spellcasting ability.
Yep.
It was the ally of Sakatha. I gave it a standard damage for its breath weapon, which probably was low for it because if you know, in first and second edition, a breath weapon for ancient red dragon is 88 points.
Yeah.
But so
And then third edition is like 300.
it's for the breath weapon.
Oh yeah, they're crazy big.
Yeah,
In
oh
third
my
edition
God.
onwards, they're going nuts with them.
Yeah, and Orange Julius Dragon. Yeah, and it looked cool though, man. I love
Yeah.
that. I love that. And that's from the Color Wheel article. One sec. Just so you know the reference point. Here we go. Color it should come up. Here we go. Look at that. It's right there. There we go. Missing Dragons, filling in the tints of the Color Wheel by Richard Allen Lloyd. This is where I got my orange dragon from. There's yellow. And look, these are Elmores too. Two of them, and the other one's the third one is Easily. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. And you remember the fundraiser 2 years ago, Anna, where you actually
Mhm.
died. I had an orange
Yep.
dragon and a purple
Mhm.
here, and the purple dragon got you. Yeah.
Yep.
So there you go. There's the orange and the purple dragon from this article. I love this article, and that's why I used it. Use stuff you love. Yeah. So, what's up, Mike? Mike, it's going to be weird, you and I without Anna, isn't it? It's going to be really strange, but
it's good. You can go deep into modules and stuff without me dragging you back.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what a lot of these are going to be on Wednesday. We talk about it.
Yeah.
And thank you. I got a reference already for one from one of the Gord books. So, all right, Tomb Gatehouse. As you can see, it's just whatever a relief golem is. That's a new one. Relief golem. And a cool thing about Age of Worms, there's a lot of really neat new monsters throughout it.
Yeah.
They let the Eric seems to always be good at this. Eric lets people go at it, and he doesn't change stuff too much that they did.
I think he gave good guidance and then let them roam free within those boundaries, so to speak. And he gave them the good Greyhawk back lore, so to speak, or the base lore, and then build on it. And they did a good job.
No, they definitely did a good job. And the level of what's the word? I should swoop in and do mapping topics. That's funny. I'll buy a Wacom for it there, Gary, and I'll say, well, that would be pretty bad.
And these are also at the height of the 3.5 era, when 3.5 was mature and had lots of resources. There was an enormous amount of crunch and rules and stuff to build on. So I think they came when they, just like 5e were for a couple of years ago, when 5e peaked. This is the peak of 3.5 kind of era.
Yeah, absolutely. Blood amniotes. See, I'm kind of interested now in running this because there's a lot of stuff here. I have no idea what they do.
Yeah.
We got ice golems here. I know. Yep, I have ice golems in my game. That's good.
Yeah.
But we
But
got a
I
lot
found
of
the gloom golem. That was kind of ooh. When I found that monster in the 3rd edition books, that was kind of ooh. That was my kind of golem. Yep.
the falling river. Oh, look at that. So this is
Yep.
actually bad 3D. I mean, this is actually dropping. It looks like.
Yeah,
right?
I love when they do different perspectives, so you have like a side view like that. It's great. It shows some innovation and it gives you the view. So yeah, it's cool.
Definitely neat. So my gosh, I am like I'm brain. Let's see. Did I make that right? There we go. Yeah, TBD. I just want to make sure it works. The Star Chamber. So wherever this is going, forever you got. All right. So we got Wind Warriors here. So we got, I guess, from the group, right?
Yeah, the Wind Lords of Akka.
Wind Duke Army.
Yeah.
Foot soldiers in the Wind Duke Army ages ago.
Yeah.
The Wind Warriors fight anyone not holding the Seal of Law, which is currently at the bottom of this abyss. There you go. That dude looks.
He looks cool.
Vampirish.
He looks awesome. Yep.
Let's see if we got him here. Moretto.
Yeah. Moretto, Marquis of Ravenstone.
Yeah, this current occupant of this chamber is a refugee from a region deep below the surface ruled by Society of the Undead. See, this is Empire. This is
exactly. He ties it in there.
He ties his undead, his own undead
He's
kingdom.
A true ghoul. So you have true ghouls. That is kind of really.
Yep.
Cool.
He's a true ghoul. So it's right from the Empire of the Ghouls. I should have known. Which is cool on his part that Wolfgang did that.
Yeah. A CR11, so he's fairly tough.
Yeah. Sorcerer fighter. Okay.
Yeah.
Spellcaster with a little bit of fighting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's okay. He's not. Why would you? All right. This is my beef. This is my beef on the sorcerer class. Why would you need to class lesser global vulnerability 4 times per day? I mean, all right. So you're completely defended.
It's some that just you went crazy on a few spells. So either offensive or defensive, or a little bit of both, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's kind of
Bridges Hawk. Cool. Bridges Hawk's cool.
Yeah.
And then we got a true tomb down here. So this is where you're probably trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
The true tomb. Oh yes, that is like a not a pit fiend, but a
Horn Devil
or something.
Horn Devil
with one heck of a slicer there. It's kind of really cool.
I think. So it says here Oculus Demon.
Okay. I'll buy that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Me not knowing. No. It's a new monster. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It does look like a Horn Devil a little bit, but you're right. Oculus Demon. All right.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out at the end of the adventure.
Yeah, medium outsider. He's not that big. I thought he was huge, but he's actually not that big. But he has 187 hit points, so I guess that compensates for it.
Horn Devils, by the way, are not large either, so it's close, but it is its own.
Yeah,
it's a demon.
He looks a little bit overweight, so he looks really cool. So yeah. But I have it that most of these demons and devils and stuff like Balors and stuff that have these wings, they can't fly in my prime material plane. They can fly down in the abyss or the hell or whatever it is, but on the prime material plane they don't fly. So that means that they can flap the wings and stuff, but it look crazy, but they don't fly.
Okay.
So yeah, because they don't have the aerodynamics for it, so they need to, or maybe with some special spell like fly spell or something, but not naturally without magic, so to speak.
All right, so it sounds like here you're gonna, from this demon, you're gonna recover another fragment of the Rod of 7 Parts.
Yeah.
Return to Diamond Lake. there.
It's kind of cool that they use an artifact, and this is a spoiler, but we're talking about the adventures. They use the Rod of Seven Parts, but they're not really the focus of the adventure, which is kind of cool. You have an artifact that is not the focus of the adventure. That says a little bit about the ambitions of this.
Yeah, and it's it appears to be, and some of them are like crazy offbeat that I wouldn't run. But this one I think could be. I'm not a big adventure. You know me. I don't want to run from level 1 all the way up to level 20 and just run through. I
want them.
I want them disjointed because it's part of a greater campaign. I could run this now after I ran the third one. Skip the arena one. I could actually run this and maybe even be with.
How much do you modify it when you run it? When you take one of these adventures and hook it into your campaign? So to speak?
Well, if you're talking about back converting stuff to first edition.
That's on the mechanics, but I mean more from a story plot arc, or what kind of what do you do with that in kind of in general terms?
From when I ran the last one with the Cayuse worms trying to infect all the lizardmen eggs. That I kept in because I think it's perfect, right? And they were, you got your keep. You got that was being sieged. We did all that. So right in. It's part like we're getting a piece of what's going on in the greater world here and there. They're not the main focal point the entire way through.
But
and I think
try to keep a lot of the encounters and NPCs and monsters and stuff, or.
Dragon 129 there, MPL. We're on
Dungeon 129.
Yeah, dungeon. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yep. Yeah. So no problem. Yep.
You have to make tweaks because everyone's rule set is slightly different. Everyone's game is different, and there's things that you do not want in your game, whether it's a magic item or it's something that is that just tips the tide, tips it too much. Or either way, and that's the great thing about being a DM and that's what I love about you. You can take I can take anyone's publication. I don't care what edition it is, and I can I've done 5th editions back into first, right?
And I have to do the same thing. I have to tweak not the monster so much. I try to keep my rules, house rules, very compatible monster wise. But in this case, 3rd edition, I have to kind of make them compatible with 5th edition. But and I'm even more than you because I just take the lore and then I make a new mix using the same lore from the adventure. So
we're gonna check something out here. True Ghoul, right?
Yeah.
Here's I want to see something. Sorry if I'm going off on way too many tangents.
No, this is good. Yep. Yeah, they have the whole monster stats here. Yeah.
I want to see. I'm just going to type in the word Empire and see where it comes up. Does it come up? It was called Empire of the Ghouls, wasn't it? I know I ran it.
Yeah.
There it is. It was Kingdom of the Ghouls back then.
Yeah, and then when Kobo Press published a kind of a follow-up, then it was called Empire of the Ghouls.
Number 479. Which was in 610 in my game, so we're talking Chaos Rising. Oh man, I'm gonna guess I ran it in 99 to 2002. That's my guess in here, 99 to 2002. Just was curious when I ran that. So just so you were. Hey, Will.
Hello.
Thank you. Oh, yeah, we're world renowned for tangents, but
yes, we are.
To note that it says new monster. It's a new monster here, but it's not a new monster because it was in that dungeon where he had True Ghouls. But so it's really. I didn't even realize this when he wrote this, that he threw in his own stuff. He's like, I'm just going to do my best writing I did for old school Greyhawk and put it in here, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah, and
Yep.
it's more than just a single monster. This is kind of a peek into a whole new world of an ecosystem of undeads with all sorts of stuff, meaning they have a whole culture and all that stuff. So I think it's brilliant. It's really cool.
So true, Sam. With a 3.5, I'm so happy I never went to prestige classes, and
Uh-huh.
I always, and Anna knows this. Tangent again. Casey's not on. When Casey told me Garn had like 5 different classes, I just laughed at him. Like, what the frick is this? How do you have 5 different classes for your character? Sorry, Dale. But it's just like he was like, "What? I don't even know what the names of these things are." But he had 5 different. I said, "Do you want to be? What do you want to be? You want to be a specialty priest? Do you want to? How do you want to go?" All right, yeah, that works. So yeah,
That's why I did the other way. I abolished classes, so problem solved.
true, Dale. All I'm saying, Dale, is I'm saying Wolfgang is pretty smart, getting his main best, well-known. He's known for publication that he did into the Age of Worms. I think that's pretty genius on his part.
And now it's official Greyhawk. Now we have these kind of free-willed ghouls that are kind of true undead in that sense, just like vampires and others. So yeah.
And Sam says Oculus demons appear in Expedition D1 in pits. Well, Wolfgang did that too.
Oh, there
that's
you go.
Why. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. Yep. Now I liked in this gathering of winds. We got some other things in here, and it talks about all the different types of ghouls, and it talks about the Oculus demon here, which is cool. I love. All right, so. There's some cool magic items in here. Ghoul Light Lantern, Lightning Sword, and it also talks about the Ring of the Winged Dude. She got some really cool, unique items showing up now. Here's a Rod of 7 Parts, Seal of a Law, and then the Sword of Akka. Axiomatic Mithril Longsword. What's Axiomatic do in 3rd edition? Dale, Sam, I don't know. What's it do?
Axiomatic, is that the chaos? It's chaos. One is lawful, and the other one is any chaos. Thank you. Yeah.
Holy weapon except law. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yep.
Hey, Only Flash. Thank you so very much for the raid.
Yeah, extra damage on chaotic.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sit back, and if you're a Greyhawk fan, Anna Meyer and I, the legendary Anna Meyer and I, will show you some stuff, and we have some giveaways, exclamation point drawing. Please feel free to sign up. It damages chaos like a holy weapon. Oh, okay. Okay. That's cool.
They had these, it's like alignment damage, but they made fancy names for it, so yeah.
And I love this picture of the lightning sword and the sword of Akka right here, both. So,
it's really cool.
I snapped that and put that in. So there we go. That's the first one, and our kit was the chaos one. Cool. All right. I didn't know what they called it axiomatic. Now I want to show this one. It's not Greyhawk, but the Twisted Run. It's Will Upchurch. It's Forgotten Realms high level. I'm going to tell you why, because it goes with Malar. Right, the Chosen of Malar, which is a Eric Boyd creation, right? And I have converted Malar in my game to a specialty druid of the Master of the Hunt, and I think that this could be easily. And I went through this. All right, it's Silvery Moon or whatever, but you can use Qualston, or you could use a couple other places to put this one here. Oh, Green Sap, good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, thanks, John. Thank you. I'm lurked on yours. Long day. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Instead of shouting out John, I shouted out the Greyhawk event server. Whoops. There we go. But so you got an outdoor adventure here. And I'm not gonna go through the whole thing here, but you got look at this: Male Dwarf, Blacktooth, Dire, Werewolverine. Oh, that's a mouthful. Holy jeez.
With 3rd edition, everything was mouthfuls.
What's up, Tim? Tim, how's that Morning Cane and Sword going for you? I'm gonna hear this for next freaking year. It's only got 30-foot range. Come on, Tim, it was fun. You didn't die. No, but it really wasn't Morty Kings. No, I said it's a WotC sword instead of a Morning Cane sword. It's a WotC sword. Therefore, it can do whatever it wants. Oh, yeah. He sees it in his sleep. So Malar is Blacktooth Lycanthropy. I think you could have some fun with this in the high level in Celadon or the Grandwood or the Vespi. I think you could have a lot of fun with this. And if someone wants to know how I convert a Malar over to the Master of the Hunt, it's a neutral / evil based, druid / avenger. Just reach out and I can help you with that. Whoops, this should not be there. It should be there. Yeah. So just note. Yeah, Morning Cane is going to be a gnome next too. That's funny, BB. So Orba Saloon, you can always turn that into something else. Orba Dragonkind, who knows? Whatever you want to do. But there's a lot of where lycanthropes in this, which I think is always a cool thing to go at. And being a high level adventure like this, if you're into that, I think you could have a lot of fun with putting this into Greyhawk easily. There, Malar looks like a were-tiger. Is that right? Beast of Malar Claw Slayer form. Okay, so yeah, I think it would be a good one to do. And I could be wrong. But for my Greyhawk, I say there's stuff that's missing, and maybe there isn't. And there's a lot of Flan deities I don't use. I should, but I love the idea of Malar going after society, going after cities, going after humans. I kind of like that. So, Balding Canaan is enough. Yeah, but Sam, here's the issue with Balding Canaan. Eric Mona is the one that did that picture first. Approved that picture for Morning Cane being bald. So, yeah, it's on Eric to make him.
Well, Balding Cannon doesn't have any problem with the hairpiece. It's only Morton Cannon that has it.
Yes.
When he turned bald, then that solved the issue.
Eric will answer for it. Well, we can get on Eric next Sunday night when he's here.
Yeah.
He'll be co-hosting with me as we interview James Jacobs for the Savage Tide Adventure Path.
Yep. Then you can go with and talk about Balding Canaan.
Yeah.
I must say that have you gone to page 78 yet?
Yeah,
I just mentioned that little village map sketch. I love that one. It's awesome. It's so cool on page 78.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember
that.
I
just want to mention that one. I love these. Yes. Yeah, I love that thing because that looks to me believable and really cool. Yep, really cool and awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, true. So yeah, that's why I'm going to recommend this one for replacement into Greyhawk. And with a lot of changes, but a lot of flavor, but it's there. You can really do something good with it, and it's got some really cool, nasty, and it sounds like it has a good storyline to it. So I would recommend that one. I have not run it myself, but maybe I will. My guys in the Vespi are always complaining because Bill's got he's either 11th or 12th level fighter, Alanor Moonchild. It's one of his first level characters brought up from first. Who has that keep, the Eagle's Nest, way up near the Beastman Forest. And I rarely run them, but I could maybe convert this and run this for him. And it wouldn't be against IUs, just one of those other things, it would be the Malarians. So, yep. So that would be a cool one.
Bald Eagles.
Black Sheep. See if there's any of these good. Malank Evil Entombed. This one is a little Wrath of the Dragon God. This one's a little cultish piece NPC. Although Malika Ghost, so it's a ghost piece NPC, Ghost Wizard. Ugh.
Yeah,
that's interesting. There's another cool one coming up too. Let's see who created it. Mike McCarter, Wesley Schneider. Three people.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, I think that's this one. There's a picture.
And then we have the art without any. That's
yeah,
great.
And also, do I have a web? Yeah, here's a web enhancement. I don't have the web enhancements for every one of these because I don't know where you can get them anymore for all of them, but here's 129. And look, I mean, you can really cut. This was a genius idea back in the day where whatever you're looking at, you can take the artwork and utilize it, snip it out there. Moretta, look, those are great pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Great pictures there. So
Yeah.
I just love that they did that. Yep. So for
Yep.
that adventure. All right. It goes all the way down here. 130. I was surprised. Oriental Adventures, they actually say that here at this time frame. I thought that by that time they hadn't, but they did. Also, maps for secret doors not included. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So you can. Yep, very true. So I think this is. Here's the next Age of Worms adventure path. The Spire of Long Shadows. All right, is the next one. I think I went through these and I wasn't. The Oriental Adventures one is the Palace of Plenty by Tito Lieti. I didn't go through it too much, but I'm thinking you could probably place that somewhere somewhere wherever you're running your Oriental Adventures, and if you're running it in Greyhawk. But I really didn't delve into it too much due to my time constraints here. You know. They could have, Tim, but they didn't. They haven't gotten to that point. I don't think there's, it is what it is, and it's back in the day. So here, within the circle, that's another Forgotten Realms adventure. It's lower level, so they're doing Forgotten Realms ones, which is perfectly fine. Probably could, and once again, the maps. Lazaretti's doing a ton of maps in these, right? He's like, his maps are throughout all of them. I mean, you can tell the style's all the same.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And all these. So
it's good, so to speak.
That's a cool picture of a Goblin King.
Oh, we have some heraldry here, but this is not Greyhawk.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then we don't need to worry about that one.
Yep.
But I must say that the Bailey on page 20, the illustration, that guy looks awesome with the shield and a morning star and stuff. That looks really cool. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Really some great artwork.
Mm-hmm.
Then the next adventure is the Oriental Adventures one. What's the levels on this? Mid-level. Cold Hills and Dungeon Crawl. Palace of Plenty. There you go. So you can do something with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got ruins. You can feel free to go through this. And then there's which adventure path is Asian flavored in Paizo? It's not Rune Lords.
You mean in Golarion?
Golarion, yeah.
It's the is it I forgot now, but they have one part in Golarion that is Asian inspired. I forgot which part.
Jade Empire. Thank you.
Yep.
There, Will.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So you could fit this in there. Maybe that if you're running Golarion, Jade, the Jade Empire, as well. Maybe be a good one here. So I'm just skipping through all this. New ghost abilities. I mean, Tito Lieti is a great writer, so this is probably a really good adventure. Probably is. The artwork is it's different, which is cool.
Yeah, but I like this. These raw sketches like that are grungy and really, really cool. And some new spells too.
Well, yeah, but this spell, Ice Knife, has been around a long time. I actually have it as a water elemental spell of mine. Yeah, it actually exists. So it is a remake of a couple. I don't know. Maybe he wrote that originally.
Oh, they appear most recently in Complete Arcane. They just added them here.
Yep.
So okay.
Yep. So they do. They're back. A lot of them were back in second edition era. So J Regent, the 9th one with a bunch of new Oni. Well, yeah. So cool. Yeah, it's here we go.
Yeah.
Next stage, the Spire of Long Shadow. That's a cool. I want to know where that is in Greyhawk. That picture.
Yeah, it looked like someone in Arizona have taken a saguaro cactus and made it into a deific symbol or something. It's kind of awesome.
Because they're all standing there like, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and it looks maybe
It
I don't
looks
know if it's,
jungly, so they're
yeah.
done
So
in yeah.
I guess we'll find out in a second.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. Where's it look? Yeah, absolutely. Where's it? Please. Where's it look? Oh, it is the Medio. You were right, Anna. Good guess.
Yeah.
Medio.
I just saw that it looked. Yep.
Cool.
So they're all over the place here.
By Cauldron
Yep.
and Sassarine. Oh.
Ah, gotcha. They
I wonder
needed
if
to
Anna's
tie
got-
that in.
I wonder if Anna's got it on the map as an area of
I
interest.
think I have most. If there's any places that are there, I think I have because I've read through them. So Mansourian's fortress.
He's referencing the first dragon now. Okay.
Oh, Mage. They start in Mage Point.
This one starts at Tensor's Tower. Or
Yep.
Mage Point, yeah.
Yep.
All right. And this talks about Cayuse now.
Yep.
The whole background here is Cayuse. This whole
Yeah.
first page.
So the gloves are coming off here. So
yeah, absolutely. So you found a segment of the route of 7 parts, and the characters out to travel to Mage Point. Here's part 1, Mage Point, and we're gonna. What happens? Something bad probably happens to him. Waiting for Manzurian. Celeste. I get Mage Point's Library Temple, and Agath of Thrunch. Well, we know where he's from. Thrunch is Principality Ulick. Right? That's where he's from. Manzurian's Fortress of Unknown Depths sits atop a mysterious wellspring of arcane power. Interesting. Why did they change it? This is Tensor? Manzurian is Tensor.
Oh, maybe they had something that they were not allowed to use certain characters. There was some deal with wizards or something. I'm not sure. But if they weren't allowed, then you have to ask why the heck they put the adventure in the place they're not allowed to use the.
Yeah, but they have Mordenkainen and stuff in here.
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
That is strange.
Dead. Yeah. To me, it's strange. Yep. Very strange.
That makes no sense.
Yep.
All right. I was like, who is this dude? It's tense. All right. Well, wow. Oh, that's annoying. You have a post for that?
Oh, but Tensor is on the left there. Cool, that looks like Tensor. Yep.
All about Manzurian the Archmage.
Oh, awesome.
All right. Well, hold on.
Copy link address. Now
So hold on, Mike. Thanks. I'm gonna risk an explosion.
See,
give me a second.
You're going to do so well when I'm not here. So this is good. Yeah.
We're gonna risk an explosion here.
Yeah.
1 sec.
I'm going to steal that straight in here.
Boom.
I'm going to steal that straight in.
There we go. We shouldn't have a bounce back. All right, let me take a look. All right, Mike, what did date? Oh, this isn't that long ago. There's another link to Shackled City, too. Cool. Awesome. Coincide with legendary discussion of Tensor Mordenkainen to break up page of Worms. Still flabbergasted that WotC made Eric Mona and company genericized much of Greyhawk's proper names in the series. Greyhawk was this is awesome, Mike. Greyhawk was the de facto setting in 3.5 D&D, and Paizo made highly by Ron. Yeah, Manzurian inspired long shows. Jesse Decker. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. So why? Definitely more of a Greyhawk feel than I agree with Rom's name. Manzurian floating disc. I have never heard of the name Tensor. Then Manzurian would be suitable. Mans found Living Greyhawk Journal 1 for Count Ignaz Mans, who was 16th level fighter. Huh. Where? Full name Tensor Manzurian. Maybe a good idea. That is interesting. Well, the thoughts are here. Mike, great work on this.
Yep.
Huh.
Now I have something more to read.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yep.
Very, very cool.
This is awesome. Thank you. I missed this one.
I never knew about it. I honestly didn't know that they had an issue with why. And you're right. We have no. Yeah. Oh, look, Gary got his name mentioned in this article. The origins of this power is called Earthblood. There you go. Return to the 8 or Iron Gate City of Stairs by Malden and Gary Julian. There
But
we
it's
go.
so good that we have so many experts in the community that always there to help us. Yep.
His friend Simeon has mentioned. Hey, Taryn.
Hello.
It's a great thing to note that this has been Mike and other people have covered this, and that they had an issue. I was like, I was never aware of it, so I really appreciate you doing that, Mike. And there you go. That's on Mike's Greyhawkery site. And the link is just scroll back up. If they think they said Watsy held back because they were maybe planning on doing something with the character, and of course never did. Yeah, well, it's just like living Greyhawk itself, where there was stuff that you're not going to reach afterwards.
Next week you have the chance to ask Eric about it. So,
yeah. Eric's a co-host.
So okay. Well, we'll see if you can sneak in a question or two anyway. Yeah. So yeah.
Wow, he was okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So you get an audience with Tensor. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It talks about the Gabbin Triad, Cayuse,
but on the illustration there, it looks like Tensor that is standing when they're standing in front of the picture from on the next page after there you go. Yeah. That guy on the left looks like previous illustrations of Tensor.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. That Ken Frank, I think, did in the earlier books.
But he's talking about this cactus.
Yeah, but the interesting thing is that there he looks like Tensor.
Yeah.
So it's even more of a weird crossover kind of mind-bending.
Weird.
Yeah.
That's just bizarre. Manzorian waits for it's Tensor. He's 60 here. It says, Age of Worms, and I guess this is the penultimate, where you've gone through the adventure path and you're getting all this information now about everyone you want to know, and he's answering all your questions. Also, here, I guess at this point, thank you, Alex. From this point, we see Cauldron is now, if exists, because Cauldron's mentioned right in this, so we know Cauldron's in Greyhawk at this point. Remember, because when the Cauldron was done, it had Greyhawk elements, but at this point, here we go, City of Cauldron, so we know now where that is. Yep. And here he's up. It says here that Tensor's misinterpreting the prophecies. Up. So even Tensor always has a skewed view on stuff too, being good along.
Well, it's Greyhawk politics.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. All right, and we got it talks about all the here at this point all the different. The Age of Worms prophecy predicts several major magical artifacts shall surface in the months before the end. Black Blade of Aknar Ratala, Tome of the Black Heart, Obsidian Eye, Dreadforge, Bindings of Ariavetus, and I'm sure there are other 7 parts. Here's his offer. In return for the rod, he offers each of the PCs a choice of a number of powerful magic items, because you have to go adventures into something all the time. So, all right, cool, Gary. Good point. I'm glad you guys all mentioned it to me, because I'd be going through this and like, Mage Point. Well, why is this guy here instead of Tensor? I would have been talking like an ass the whole time. So, yeah, I agree. He was an Egg-Wolver way over. They're to this day still way overexposed, right? So I guess this is a ziggurat of Cayuse. There it is. It doesn't look like a cactus here, though. Right? It doesn't look like that picture. But that's got to be it. While the PCs explored the ancient city, potentially. All right. Research on the Gabbin Triad, Cayuse, and the cause of Balakard's disappearance. Interesting. Okay.
There's a sword of Cayuse. Ooh. The worm caller.
That's
wow.
perfect.
Oh, I love this. This is so cool. Yep. Surugut. Male worm naga sorcerer.
So this is a lot of history here. This is good. This is good if you can read through it and know the right proper names and go, all right, here's all the history that goes way back. I
Mhm.
guess that is supposed to be Caius himself.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know there was a picture of him anywhere.
Oh, he has a symbol too.
That right here.
I haven't. It's a coming. I made
Oh,
it
cool.
into shields. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
For my campaign, but haven't wanted to. I haven't spoiled it to my players yet. So it's coming. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So well, he was a human back in the day. King Caius, Vision 1 King Caius. All right. Interesting.
And look at the likeness between Nerul and Caius. They both have skulls with scythes.
Okay.
Yep. Both of them are basically the same symbol, just different styles. And in my story of Greyhawk, they were both Flan warlords back long time back in early Urflan, so to speak. We go long back in mythical times. And then they fought and they both became like deities, so to speak. Eventually they succeeded and became immortal, and they both tried to lay claim to. So Nerul was originally the war god, and Caius was originally the death god, and then Nerul wanted to outcompete him, so he became the god of slaughter, so to speak, and the death god eventually, so to speak, and Caius became the maggot
Well,
lord
this is
or
good.
something.
This has
Yeah.
some deep background. Right.
If you want to, you can
Yeah.
have Caius as an aspect of Nerul or a henchman to him. Definitely, I have them as equals back in the day that took different paths and competed with each other, and that's why they wanted to have symbols that were kind of alike as a way
Yeah.
of trying to outcompete each other back in the day. So yeah.
Well, hey, it's cool that it was done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And I love the weapon. It's a kind of pole arm with a ball with a like a thing with spikes and has a blade and all that. So yeah.
Worm Nagas.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, there's some nasty cool. I love that illustration of the that was on the page 80. The Harbinger looks really cool.
One second here.
Oh yeah,
Kelvos the worm
yeah, go ahead.
touched. See, I don't know what. So my ignorance. Male corrupted Gale Eldrin. All right, what is
Eldrin?
that? Is that
Eldrin is a celestial.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I guess that's him right here.
Yep, that's
Right.
celestial.
Corrupted.
You remember Planetars, Solars,
All
and stuff.
There
So
we
yeah,
go.
Asimars and stuff that they're going in there. Yeah.
11 Greyhawk Journal 3. Caius was a cleric in Sulm and was sponsored for the apathy. Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. What is it?
Yep.
Angel of the Worm, male corrupted sword archon.
Thank you, Samwise. Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Vision 3, the gift. Lots of visions in here. Here's swords of Caius. Look like they are creatures. So you're going into this ziggurat, this ancient ziggurat. Ugh, it's pretty gross. You got worm colors. Drink for activation. Drink from the fountain of green temptation. My guys would never drink from that. My guys would be like, never. We're gonna do that. Male worm Naga sorcerer. Oh, that's pretty gross. That's page 79.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Grotesque.
Wait until you go to
Sea of Worms. Ew.
Sea of Worms.
One?
That's yeah.
That's
oh
neat.
yeah. Oh, I love that one. It looks
That's
so
a great
cool.
Picture.
Yep.
Sarah Caraptus Caius, all seeking magic power beyond death. Yeah, of course.
Sea of Worms. Oh, that's an awesome spell or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Monster. Yep. Mm-hmm.
You got Caius Knights in here too. Here's the Harbinger of Worms. Advanced Spellweaver Lich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Heck. The Rod of Fury. All right. This looks pretty difficult. Vision 6.
Yes. When you have Caius and Worms mentioned so many times, it must be difficult. Yep. And you encounter level 16 and stuff, CR 17. Yep.
Yeah. A Hound of Caius. There's so much. Yep. I mean, this stuff I've never touched in my life. Maybe I should examine it a little bit.
Eviscerator Beetle CR10. Yep. That's a
Wiggling Nightmare.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dale. I didn't mean to make this spoilers for you. Sorry about
They
that.
have an overworm CR15. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have fun with this.
Oh. Oh, here we have the Sword of Cayuse. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a medium undead CR10. Yeah.
Yeah. They're like knights
Mm-hmm.
or yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the worm caller.
Worm collar.
Oh, yes. Look at these.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pretty gross.
yep.
Yeah. So fun abounds everywhere on this one. This is
Mm-hmm.
as disgusting as it gets.
Yeah,
In
but this
Greyhawk.
this is so inspirational with the lore in the
Yeah.
background. You can do lots with this. You can just run it as it is, and it would be really cool, and you can do tons with it.
Jesse Decker, former editor-in-chief of Dragon, is now development manager for Wizards of the Coast. His previous dungeon effort, Secrets of the Soul Pillars. Oh, okay. Yep. Shackled City Adventure Path, which is Cauldron. So, anyone know, is Jesse Decker still around? Anyone know?
I don't know. I don't know who he is.
There's some articles from Mighty Cook. Let me scroll through these. Behind bars. How many have thrown? How many have thrown player characters in jail? I have.
Early on, I did, but I've stayed away from it lately, so to speak.
Swords of
but,
Legend. That's cool.
Yeah.
I can see if any of these are. These are all generic, I bet.
But I might. You never know. It might come again. Yeah.
All right. So, Mike, Dungeon 130. I will refer inns and lodging houses. We got some ideas here. I'll go back to this on Wednesday, because this will be a good article to discuss some generic ones that are placed that are in an article right here. Some ideas, along with a couple other references I'll have, and a good map there. So that's 130.
There you go.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 131. I have it set to 132. We've done 2 and we're already through an hour, so I think I kind of got it pretty good here. Dire Secrets of the Ebon Triad revealed. And we got here come the poster. Oh, so I did not know Alhaster was completely done up.
Sorry, that the
Alhaster, the city of Alhaster's in here.
Oh yeah. It's and that came. It's a Pisohawk thingy. Yeah. Alhaster wasn't there before, so but
Right.
it was a good area because it was an empty area that it filled a good niche there, so to speak. So with siege and the whole thing. So yeah.
Wow. So Sam says there's 14 new Caius monsters, 2 existing monsters from published manuals, and 1 limited new Caius. Wow. So that's pretty good. If you're into the Caius and Age of Worms, you're getting a full. Especially if you want to challenge players who know everything. This is that's a good way to really get to them. Yeah, and then there's Caius spells, magic items in a class. Yeah, there's a lot of neat things you can do with it. Definitely have a screwed the wrong people over. Okay, so I was hoping Casey may hop on this because Casey says always goes. He's a big Prince Zeech groupie, isn't he? Prince Zeech, the ruler of the town of Haster and the lord of the domain of Red Hand, is throwing a party. Bandits, slavers, pirates, and worse have invited along with a mysterious woman who holds the key to the coming apocalypse. So, and this is the Prince of Red Hand. This is the next one by Richard Pett. Someone else I do.
Yeah.
No? Here. Oh, thank you, Canadian Dice. Thank you for the follow. And we're also going to have here, all right, here it is, The Hateful Legacy, Greg Vaughn. At the end of the Hateful Wars, I was like, there's a Hateful Wars adventure. Right in here.
Wow.
Yes.
I missed that.
Exactly. I did too. Backdrop Alhaster.
That is so cool.
This whole, all except this one, which is generic by Skip, I think, but it's almost all Greyhawk in this one. So this is a good one. This is 130.
Can you sing in the app? Yes.
131. It's a good one. Okay. So this is the only one that's not Greyhawk here. The Beasts of Albsmill, and that's by Skip Williams. Rural and Forest, any setting. Low level, so you can have fun with this one. Soul and Glade in. There's your town. Looks like another Lazaretti map. So skip doing some short levels, short stuff, which is cool. And we'll get through that, and we'll go here. And wow, it's not as I thought it was decent size. All right, so the Hateful Legacy. Now, I went through this, and I'm like, I don't know if this fits. If you all know, this is right. This is my wheelhouse for Greyhawk, Lort Mill Mountains. The stuff that Greyhawk Stories does. Tommy John Kelly, love this stuff. So I immediately see a Dimentrod picture, whatever, or a dinosaur, and I'm like, uh-oh. I'm like, what is going on here? So, hey, Blue Box. Hey, John and crew. I'm glad you guys all had a great doubleheader today. Very, very cool. Thank you. We do have some classic D&D reprints we're giving away. Please sit tight, give us a follow, and then exclamation point drawing. So it's good to see Blue Box and good to see things are rolling. Hey, Mystical Unicorn, it's great to see you. Thank you so very much for coming in, everyone. Love to see new faces. We're all part of the Greyhawk community here. If you want to, if you're new, the entire stream team is right there on that link. All the channels that are part of the Greyhawk stream team is right there. Greyhawk Creatives. I know. So this worried me right at the beginning. I'm like, I don't want dinosaurs anywhere near Altamira at all. I just don't. And I was like, oh no. So deep within the forbidding reaches, and it says Barrier Peaks, and I was like, ah. I kind of breathed a sigh of relief at that point, because the Barrier Peaks already has Expedition to Barrier Peaks and some other stuff, and you'll see there's a legendary location that is detailed in this adventure as well, so it kind of makes sense then. But what it talks about is scholars remember the Hateful Wars, where they drove the humanoids out of the Lort Mills, and then this is where they fled. And so this is not about in the Lort Mills, and in valleys and foothills of the Barrier Peaks, some of them made it. The evil now hidden, are you ready, Anna? In the valley of Sisypros Erd, which is in Greyhawk Adventures.
Oh.
Right? So that's what we're going to have on this one.
Yeah.
Here. So, yeah. I know. John was just lurking around there, Mystical. So, kumquat sauce, dude. Yeah. Hypothesis rare. Theme for most. Yeah. So we got that, and it's got this, and then it talks about inhabitants and long abandoned by its original land inhabitants became its guardian. So I breathed a sigh of relief when I saw this. It's not my Lort Mill Mountains. It's not through like the low road. It's not in that area. It's in the Barrier Peaks. Great. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Hateful Legacy. It's post Hateful Wars. What happened? So that was a good thing here, and here's some adventure hooks. Yeah,
they didn't go in and tore up the old lore, so to speak, or build on it.
Right,
They kind of made a parallel thing a bit further away.
Exactly. Here's a hook though. Doors of Lort Mills discovered through divination, an important religious icon, an anvil sacred to Morden, lost in battle during the Hateful Wars, was actually carried away by the Orc Lord Urgish. They managed to trace its flight across Bissell and through the Bramblewood Forest. However, they lost its trail when they entered the mysterious foothills of the Barrier Peaks. I can deal with this. I could probably make this work in my campaign and run this. This adventure, I think I could run. I could back convert it and run it. So it's cool. Valley entrance. Yeah, so we're going over, if you're new, we're going over Dungeon Magazine's 129 to 132. The Age of Worms campaign setting, which is the second of the adventure pass done by Paizohawk in the early 2000s. This is the second one. And these are a bunch of adventures. And this is actually an adventure that doesn't have anything to do with it, but we're going to discuss all of them as we go. And then next week, next Sunday, we will have Eric Mona and James Jacobs, two legends of the Paizohawk era, and both have gamed on my channel, discussing the Savage Tide adventure path, which James wrote in its entire, wrote most of it. Another thing I saw was like, oh my gosh, what is this? once again, I hadn't delved into it. I see this. I hope this isn't in the Lort Mills, right? So yes, this is a male awakened dire ape ranger. I'm thinking to
Okay.
myself, oh
It's
boy,
third edition. It's
third edition. Son of Unga.
Yeah. I
Yes.
think weren't awakened animals a thing already in second edition, if I remember correctly? Maybe
Yeah.
even in first. I'm not sure, but yeah.
I agree, Sam, and that's where I've tried to do that, right? I mean, that's part of my campaign. It's all about creating hooks in the Greyhawk City, Howardby, Lort Mills, Vespi. I've tried. You know, Decons, yep. So all is not lost. Okay, for this adventure.
No,
all
and
is not
there was a
lost.
lot of cool stuff in third edition. I
Yeah,
loved
in
third
this
edition.
adventure.
It was, yeah, I still
It's
really
not-
like it. So
It's
yeah,
all not lost
but
here.
there is some silliness and
Yeah.
overboard a bit. But that was part of the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a cool map. This rock tower showing it. This is cool. How I would do this on my table would be difficult, but I could do a facsimile of it, which is neat though. So that's a cool map, right? That's a cool picture too. But it's kind of dark. It's hard to see what you're even fighting there.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the rock tower, and then we're gonna get into here. And I got Greg Vaughan's one of those I have not had on. I gotta get him.
Oh,
on.
we should have him on. He's great. I met him at PaizoCon. He's really
we
cool.
need to get
Yep.
him on.
Mm-hmm.
There's an ogre mage in here, which is cool. I love ogre magi. Ogre barbarians, I can deal with that, no problem. Lots of ogres. Spinosaurus. I think that's where that Dimentorod thing is, and he calls it a Spinosaurus here.
Hello,
Yeah.
Curtis. Yep.
What's up, Curtis? Hey, it's all good, man. Sam, we're good. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking here like normal. Awesome. So there we go. Here's a hill giant barbarian named. I can deal with all this. No problem. No problem running this. Here's the. All right. So this is a taken published source location of legend, and he's developed it. The Valley of Sisypros. Am I saying that right? Cypros Erd? How do you say that?
I have no idea how you say it.
Anyone?
It's Spiros or something.
Kasai.
Yeah, it's kind of.
You know, but this is an existing location.
Yeah.
So
it's on my map even. So yeah.
Yeah.
Spiros. Cypros Erd, I think. Yeah. Cypros Erd.
I have no problem with those carnivorous apes at all. I love them, but I just don't. I didn't want this to turn into a Land of the Lost adventure. When I saw the ape and I saw the dinosaur, I'm like, oh, please no, please no back in time stuff. But let's talk. Let's see what's in the Erd here. The Sisypros Erd, and it looks like here we have some. That looks like another Dinush. Blah, blah, blah. Spinosaurus. We have in the Erd, we have some dinosaurs roaming about. No shock. That's funny. Alex, that's funny. Apes make great shock troops. They do. They do. I love carnivorous apes. In fact, there's a spell called Ape Call where they can.
As long as they're not awakened rangers, you're good with it.
Exactly. Yep. As long as they're not awakened. I don't need any Planet of the Apes references. You know, I don't need that. I don't need what's his name, Charlton Heston showing up in my adventures. I just don't need it. So yeah. So this sounds cool. Angel of Decay, Libris Mortis. There you go. So it's in there. Sandor the Headstrong. So cool. That looks cool. Sandor remains chained to the wagon wheel. Her spirit does not rest easy. So whatever's going on with this, I like it. Here are the geysers. This is what it's known for. The geysers of death that kill you. Can have long work. Yeah. Yes, that's funny. Yeah, I was like, no, please. So the geysers are deadly, and that's part of that's in published source to start off. Harpies, all right, cool. Harpy Patrol, Treasure Range of Urgish. So it's here. That's a cool undead. It looks like Kaz. I think that's an undead druid, if I recall. Male mummified human druid. I like that. Once again, from the Libus Mortis. I like that. That's cool. Something ancient. It reminds me almost of the Dark Druid feel to it. I like that. I like that.
And
I
a
can deal with
cool
that.
illustration too.
Yeah, male vile white crack. I can deal with that. I can deal with all this. I think I'm stripping out the dinosaurs in here. I agree with John on this. I just look,
yeah.
this is cool.
Me too.
Yeah, Anvil of the Lord Mill Mountains. Cool item. Like that too. So this has got potential. It just, once again, and if you want to know about Greg Vaughn, just note, if you've run Ghost of Saltmarsh, he wrote Tamaro's Fate, which is in Ghost of Saltmarsh. So Greg's done a lot of stuff. Also, Isfin City of Shadows. Another reason why I think he put it here, he's comfortable with that area. He's comfortable with Sterich and that whole area, so he put it over to the western side instead of, this adventure. That's my thought.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of his comfort zone.
Yeah, hopefully you can get him on and ask him
I'd love to get him
about
on.
it. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Geezers growing, yes, the geezers of death. Good adventure. One or two minor issues with it, but there's one or two minor issues with everything. Another cool, and we go to our next Age of Worms adventure, the Prince of Red Hand. Now, this is where I was hoping Casey would hop on at this point, but we shall see. If not, it's okay. So, just note in chat, Ed, I've been prepping the characters for next Saturday, and Ed is excited. Ravalantar said, I'll find out. Hopefully, I'll get a definite no from Todd that he won't be able to join us as the 8th person. But, it would be a bonus if he did, but he is so in demand now. He's so busy. So, but you never know. Okay. All right. Let's continue here. Prince of Red Hand.
Yep.
Zeech and Alhaster. So we're actually going to get another written up city, which is cool. So I always love that they took the time to do this. So this one's written by Richard Pett. Once again, I don't know him. We're up to 50th level characters, by the way, and this is the 8th adventure. So we're getting close to the end of the timeline of the adventure path for this. So the background on this now. This is after that Cayuse last adventure, which is super nasty. But it sounds like the background on this is that once again, there's Tensor, and his research led him where he attempted to contact a woman named Lashana, one of Prince Zeech's most trusted advisors. So once again, is Lashana someone else, Sam or whoever else? If it's someone else, and I say the name, please just put it in chat. I want to. So it's like, oh yeah, that's Shalarzi, or if it is, I just don't know. Okay.
Isn't that the vampire silver dragon?
Sam says Lashana is new. All right, here. So
okay.
Just so I know that I'm not. Yeah. Much more mere advisor, Prince of Red Hand. She, in fact, a vampiric silver dragon. Yes.
Yes.
Allegiance to Kai stretches back over 1,500 years. Well, that's pretty gross. Yep. So, and her devotion to Kai grew, so did her hatred and jealousy of Dragotha. Well, I like that. She's that's good, right? We want to have someone that's against Dragotha.
Yep.
All right. Who's Balakard then? I don't want to sound ignorant, but who's Balakard? Hey, Death.
I'm not. I forgot.
I think Sam will be able to tell us in a second.
Yep.
Buckner. It's Buckner.
Oh, okay.
All right. Thank you. of the Everfull purse. Thank you very much. Why can't they use Bucknard? Bucknard's only doesn't appear much anywhere. That's weird. So Sana used our pawn Zeech to see use construction of the huge ziggurat. All right. So, but Zeech appears a lot in Living Greyhawk, correct? Because Casey said Zeech is a big thing in his Bandit Kingdoms. All right.
You said Bikras?
What? Balakard.
Balakard, thank you. Yeah.
Okay. It's Bucknard and Grendel says, you guys are gonna get me in trouble, man. Like I said, I got that letter from the. I got a letter from. All I'll say is this: I got a letter from lawyers, and I thought, and it wasn't that. So just note, it was like, oh crap. 2 days after I started talking about Bigby and the gnome thing, that was hysterical. All right, so Zeech has a gala too here. Prince of Van is an unusual adventure that PCs aren't expected to defeat the enemy. Rather, the thrust of this adventure is to introduce the players to the city of Alhastra, as it plays an important role in the campaign's climax. If the PCs are ultimately successful in preventing Age of Worms, they could even end the campaign as the inheritors of Prince Zeech's crown, becoming the rightful rulers of Alhastra and the entire province of Red Hand. Okay. Yep. BB, that was funny. Big B's tiny fists. Oh, that was good. Oh my gosh. That was funny. Oh. Jeez. You made me laugh on that one. Okay.
Big B's tiny fists. That's funny.
All right, so you got some rumors in Alhastra. This appears to be an investigation adventure. Wow, lots of them. So you have event dates. So events, invitation only. This looks like an intrigue adventure. Oh, look at that. 20 years of joy.
Mm-hmm.
You have an invitation even done in here. Let's see if we can see the scheduled course of events. Handsome slaughter of curious avians. What the frick? 5-course feast? Yeah, I ain't eating anything here. Oh my god. That's cool. Rorsk, male human grave touch ghoul cleric. Oh. That's wonderful. Oh, you have Mike?
Ghoul. Yeah.
Why have you Mike?
Oh.
Mike, get your Zoom on and just come on. And I want to hear what you've used it for. We'll keep on babbling. Just come on. Just come on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yes, please.
Please. If you've used this, I want to hear
yes.
the behind the scenes on it.
Yes.
Just like I did with Josh. So that'd be awesome. That would be cool. So heroic competition. Because this seems like almost like a lot of the ones that I've done in Greyhawk, kind of feeling out the Thieves Guild issues, the Thieves Guild wars going on, or issues with the judges of Greyhawk. They're kind of cool to do. Or the Hardby pre-war issues. Yeah. So, yeah, Mike says he loves this adventure. I want to hear about it. So,
yeah.
But Chris, Male Hobgoblin Fighter. Alhastra is like, you know what? Let me bring the map up. That's the one in the south, right? South of
No, it's on the northern shore, east of Shieldlands.
Right, but it's south of the Great Rift Canyon.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, just west of Radagast City.
Let me bring the map up here. Once again, risking a crash here, but I think it's a good. Because this kind of didn't exist until 3rd edition. Am I correct? This whole principality.
It came in the Paisahawk era. I think Red Hand existed, but Siege and Alhastra that didn't exist.
I thought just Alhastra existed.
I don't think Alhastra even existed. I'm not sure. But yeah. So I think it. Yeah.
Okay, shut up where the bandits are. Yeah, which is a
Yeah,
first edition. That's a
Yeah,
first edition.
I think
article.
Red Hand existed, but there was no
Yeah.
place or
Yeah,
anything.
no
so,
detail
yeah.
on it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec. Okay, here we go. Hey, I convinced him.
Oh, that is fantastic. Good job.
Right.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yay.
Yes.
Congrats.
Awesome. Welcome.
No, dude. I really want to hear.
Yes.
We
now
want to hear about
everything.
why you
Yep,
love this adventure so much. This is great.
Yep.
Yeah. So here's Alhaster here.
Hmm.
Whole area here. This is the Kingdom of Red Hand, Principality Red Hand. Which you're right. It's definitely. And good you get to say goodbye to Anna for a month too now, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So all right. So tell us about what's going on in this adventure.
So, what's the adventure called again? I was half paying attention.
1 sec here.
Go back to
I'm
31
almost
here.
It is the Prince of Red
The Prince of Red Hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that seemed evident. All right, so Prince Red Hand. I forget the lead up to it and whatnot, but what I liked about it was it's this formal dinner that the
Mhm.
player characters get invited to that kind of really gets them in deep with the people
Zeech.
pulling the strings behind
Okay.
Zeech and Lashana and all those characters you mentioned.
Hey,
It
Dave.
introduces this very quirky, eccentric cast of guests, and you have this whole itinerary here. The whole thing's planned out. All the food, the entertainment, and everything. There's a. Let's see, we're doing Dungeon Magazine, right? So
Yes.
there was an associated article with that, I guess, in Dragon on how to prep your characters for this adventure.
Oh, cool.
Like, because it's a formal dinner. So, you got to clean yourself up, get nice clothes and all this stuff. So it's definitely a role-playing heavy adventure in the first part of it. And so when I said I reused this theme is anytime I do something in the world of Greyhawk, like the Sea Princes, City of Greyhawk, if it's high society, that's the module I go to for inspiration.
Oh, great. So it's a template for how to do that.
Yeah, they might not all be crazy like Zeech and have weird guests there, like, but they could, it could be, something where the PCs would not be, would stand out. Or it could be something like the Great Kingdom where all the, you could run into undead, hosts or, God knows what. So continue on.
So Red Hand, all right, let me go to this map here as Sam's saying. This used to be Shieldlands, correct?
Yes, back in the day, I think it was
This
originally.
is Shieldlands, but then it becomes an independent. Almost, it's really not Bandit Kingdoms. It's
it
like
becomes
neither.
he kind of abandons Shieldlands and becomes a rogue, meaning part of the Bandit Kingdom, one of the warlords in Bandit Kingdom. And then when the war comes, he sides with Ayus.
Okay.
Yeah, that I think is the overview story, so to speak.
So,
and he's a Hextorian.
Okay, he's a Hextorian.
So he was part of the original Erdi Oridians that settled the area from the Great Kingdom, so to speak. But he was a Hextorian, and the ones that settled Critwall in that area were the Heronians, and so he was part of. I think he had a vital piece of land that connected east and west, so to speak.
Right.
So and then he abandoned them later on. So yeah.
Am I wrong? What's the area that they slaughtered all the Bandit Kingdom people in? That one that I used.
That was up in that's
okay.
is up in. Hang on a second here.
Yeah,
it's up in Warfields. It's north of Blood Meadow and stuff. Apara. Yeah.
Okay.
North of Shieldlands, not east.
Because I thought Zeech had done something.
No, I don't think Zeech was not involved. That was a renegade Ayusian priest. I think that went completely crazy.
So basically, Zeech is just
Steelbone Meadows. Yes, thank you.
Steelbone Meadows. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. See, by the grace of his most beautiful majesty, Prince Zeech, I condemn these wicked heathens to their fate. They're fortunate that Prince Zeech is merciful, for had I the power, their deaths would last a fortnight, and so by his decree let these heretics go to their maker. Shouts of death to the Ebon Triad well up from the crowd as the robed figure turns to left to pulls the lever. All right, so three. Oh, the justice of Zeech. So there you go. Neat. Prince Zeech has all but declared war on the Ebon Triad. As a result, none of the Alhaster's citizens want anything to do with the group and take. Okay. Part 2, the Well of Triptych Knowledge. Any details on this, Mike? Well of Triptych Knowledge.
No, it's hazy.
Okay. The Well of Triptych Knowledge is where Lashana, working with
it's Ilthane's lair.
Yeah,
the dragon from the early on. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Lashana, it says here. As unique outsider bred and shaped by Mahudril and Lashana to serve as a focus for the misguided faith and devotional energy of the heretics they recruited from the churches of Hexstar, Rithal, and Vecna to populate the cult. Okay.
Yeah, that Ebon thingy where they just mash up everything, I don't like that one bit. It's like, come on, you don't. If you have,
yeah, they're all.
Don't take all villains and make a cult that simply worships everything evil. That to me is kind of no.
So basically, you're at this event, Mike. You're all you're interacting with people, I'm assuming, that are there, doing some RP on that. But you're basically observing all these events happening. You're not taking place in any of them, right? Are you participating in any of these events?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh boy.
It's very interactive.
All right. Yeah. That's interesting. That's cool. And then let's see here. So I'm just looking to see, like, do you meet Lashana in this? I guess you do. Sylvia says, right, each decree to church.
I would think so.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, you got to introduce her at some point.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. I like this guy, too. It sounds like Rorsk. Once a clerk of St. Cuthbert, he became trapped in this basement after bandits set fire to the church above. He survived longer than he should only because he resorted to eating some of the fresher bodies that were interred down there with him. Ugh. Eventually, starvation claimed his maddened soul. I guess he didn't have any create food and water spells. I guess not. So that's neat. Wow. All right. That's it's a pretty. The only problem I have with the Ebon Triad is that Vecna's very out of place. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I should have used Vaprak or something else. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
So my favorite thing on that itinerary is the food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember what the main course was. The final course.
It says 5-course feast.
Yeah.
It says song, dance, braggery as time permits, which I think is hysterical. At the bottom here, that's really funny. Hexer and Rithler aspects of Power War is pretty standard stuff. They did. Yeah, I would have used another one. I would have used Vaprak or I don't know some other one. Maybe even Yinug. All right, just to throw in a demon, but they yeah, you're probably right, BB. Probably right. So. There's no really suitable neutral evil power in Greyhawk. What about in Cabulus?
Yeah, that's
Pyremius too, maybe. Yeah.
Although
Pyremius is very obscure when it.
You have Erythnal and Cabulus. Yeah. You have a whole bunch of them. Yeah.
Yeah, True doesn't have a war aspect. All right. Well, that is awesome, Mike. That and please feel free to hang out until we're almost. It's already 8:42. So
yeah.
Yeah. Probably will finish up with this one here. So here's a heroic competition. PCs aren't the only heroes each wants at his feast. He's already invited the leader of a group of hobgoblin mercenaries who have served his needs numerous times. All right. So, Bakrus. Hobgoblins can be super high level in 3rd edition here. I mean, look, the sorcerer is 10th and Bacrus is 14th. Holy schmolies! That is high level for yeah. So do you have to combat these guys? We hobgoblins have a special way to decide this type of problem. We call it the mindless courage of the dreadful mauling. All right, so he fights a dire boar. Oh, interesting. So you get to watch that guy do that, and then you have the Justice of Zeech, and then yeah, neat. It's cool stuff. I like it, and it's really it's different than all the other adventures. Yeah, Zewokin's awfully lawful neutral though, Sam. Right, and they use Zewokin a lot later on in expeditions. Right, you actually do it. There's a mission in that where you actually fight to become the champion of Zewokin. Right, in that if you have a monk. So true neutral.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Mm, that's strange.
Yeah.
And then here's the Hall of Gathering. So an introductory adventure, which is to and here's Ilthane's lair. So here we go. But Ilthane's dead. So, but after Ilthane has remained empty until recently, upon hearing of their mother's demise. Four of Ilthane's young returned. So there's only 4 more dragons here. Nice. Ilthane's brood. Juvenile black dragons. That's cool. 4
There's
dragons.
a lot of dragons in Age of Worms.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. I like it. I like it.
Me too. Yeah.
Yo, what the heck is that?
It looks cool though. Yeah. I'm
What
not
is
sure what it
that?
is either. I'm not sure. Acid Wraith? No.
I don't. It's none of those. That's pretty
It looks
gross.
really cool.
Yeah. Let's see if we got.
The ominous fabler. That's Siege.
Yeah. Zeech's Palace appears on page 89. There you go. Hosts and guests. Other personalities you can deal with here, which is a cool thing with interaction. It's always good to see your characters acting outside of a combat situation and how they handle themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them don't know how to handle themselves. I admit to it, right? And they just are out of place and just sitting there and talking with someone, right? Because people are just boisterous and threatening all the time, and they just don't know. You know, I think that would be it's a really good thing to do, to have that occur. And there's that's neat. Hemris. So they got a lot of they got a lot of pictures of all these and other individuals here at this. All right. Neat. Professor Montag Murad. I'm assuming that's who that is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Here's Lashana. Lawful.
Oh yeah, that's
evil. Yeah.
Yep.
So, I'm assuming you're gonna get with Lashana later on in this Age of Worms.
Yeah, there's courses like 4th course and 5th course.
It goes in a lot of detail.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Oh no, miniature evil female halfling sorcerer 15.
Yeah, they're not nice people.
Yeah. A Quaggoth.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
As I recall, some of my players actually made friends with some of the people from this party. I think the Quaggoth was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it says he's mild mannered compared to other Quaggoth. That's neat. That's yeah, male hobgoblin sorcerer, human. Here's a human male ranger here. Huh. So there you go, and then you have your events in the palace. Celebration begins. The Harlequinade Mortifico. It's a play? It's a play.
Okay.
That's neat. The handsome slaughter of curious avians. This is the one I wanted to know about. So, this guy, Zeech has got a +3 repeating leg crossbow, kind of like the guy in Hawk the Slayer. Nice. So, event 10, some lively sports and baiting. 11, bowling the devious heads.
Ooh, that sounds cool. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, it's fun for the decadent
Mhm.
nobility.
Oh my god. Each guest selects one of the colored skulls from the pile and then makes a range attack roll to try and come as close to the skull as possible. It sounds like bocce ball with skulls.
Hmm.
That's what it is. It's skull bocce. Oh my gosh, that's pretty cool. Oh, that's funny. Nice. Oops, I just lost something. Hold on. Okay. Al Haster. Setting the table. Lashana arrives. Second course, 4 and 20 blackbirds. The birds and the baked into the pie or not. Oh. The Feast of Worms. Okay. Inside the silver goblet rides a fat, greasy worm. Taj Bar is
That's the one I was talking about.
Okay.
Read about that one. It's hard to pronounce, but you'll
Taj
get it.
Basarajij is a curious dish involving an entire tagenada stuffed with numerous gritty basilisk steaks, which in turn stuffed with tangy arrowhawk breasts, which are finally turned stuffed with an entire bone stirred with 3 olives impaled on its proboscis.
It's a turducken.
Yeah,
if that dish stares at you, you're dead. Yeah. Mhm.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
It's brought out on a huge platter slung between 2 manacores, upon which rests a great tagenada halved, halved, and filled with a descending mass of meat. The prince himself invented this recipe, and unfortunately, the entire thing is foul.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom?
Yes.
When they're bringing out
when
the
they
food
have that horrible,
and like none of it is edible.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that reminds me of.
Fourth course, purple worm aspic. That is funny. Fifth course, sweet conclusion. And there's Lashana. That's funny. And this one's cloves, honey, and cinnamon wafts. The cake is shaped like a ziggurat. The cake is really unbalanced. Suddenly, sliding down the frosting. Wow. Okay. Hard enough that the head snaps off. Oh my god. That is so this is what happens when you are powerful and insane and evil, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get to do crazy stuff like this.
Yep.
Dirty birdie feet. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That is funny. That is really, I mean, this is pretty genius actually.
Mm-hmm. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Yep.
All right, so when that falls apart, Zeech orders the execution of his entire cooking staff. The fabler states by making light of the fall, observing the cake is not made of stone and iron, that he'll eat it if no one else will. So while everyone, of course, Zeech does so in brooding silence. So yes. All right. So with the conclusion of the Great Feast, the fabler calls for the Dance of the Dead, a traditional Alhastra closed to important ceremonies. Who'd you run this for, Mike?
This would have been my old Wednesday group ages ago. Some of my current players, but this would have been back before we did a podcast, but before we started going to Gen Con, I think.
Okay.
I can't remember.
This is like 2005, 2006.
Yeah, that might have been right around when we started going to
Gen Con. That is cool, though. And look, he wrote, Richard Pett did Alhastra, too. So, and he's got it all. And let's see if there's any maps in here. Alhastra in brief talks about the citizenry, the law.
That was definitely one of the, like I said, the modules I enjoyed a lot. Age of Worms is it's a slog, 12 issues,
Yeah.
some are better than others. If I could do it again, I would try to condense it down to maybe 6 or 7 modules.
Yeah, it's a
Uh,
long. It is. You're right. It's a slog. Absolutely.
And, this one that you're just now reviewing might be totally unnecessary, but like I said, that one was at least fun.
You need a mental break from the
Yeah.
from the slog, especially after going through all the Cayuse and Ziggurat. It's this is the one right after it, right? And so yeah. But look, so is there a map that I'm missing of Alhaster? I
Yeah.
didn't see the map there.
The map should be here somewhere because it's been presented
Oh,
in lots of places.
it's a pull out, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
it's
was
probably
in the dungeon. Yeah, I have it then somewhere.
yeah. It's available
Yeah.
lots of places. So yeah.
Okay. But it's not like there's no picture of it at all in the article here, but it has a lot of locations.
No, it's in it was but you can. It's been published in many different places too. So yeah.
Yeah, few Dance of the. No. Is that what he says? He says Dance of the Living Dead? He may say that, yeah, and but then he throws all the money out, and it's like, yeah, $115 the hard way. There you go. Had to throw out a Caddyshack quote there. So look, I was off. We didn't get through as many. This is 131. I prepped through 132, but we got through
but
131.
this is a lot of fun and so full of Greyhawk stuff that is crazy.
Full of Greyhawk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So we went through 3 Age of Worms adventures.
Yep.
We have Alhaster done up, which is cool. We went through an adventure in the Barrier Peaks, one adventure with a Malar that I think you could put in any druidic encounter in Greyhawk high level. So you got a lot of good adventures through this through only going through 3 dungeons. So 129, 130, and 131, which is really cool that we got through them.
Mm-hmm.
So in a timely fashion, and I really appreciate Mikey coming on and talking about this.
Yeah.
The detail of it is really
Yippee.
fantastic. The character detail that he did in this is really top notch. So we're gonna have an interesting week coming up. Everyone say not farewell, but see you in about a month, Anna. And Anna will be checking in from time to time.
Sometime during the month, I can't resist the temptation of getting up early and be on at least one show. So yeah.
Yeah. But also we got a lot coming up this next week, especially, and then a little bit the week after, and then after that, I'm going for a week. So, and John from Blue Box is going 2 weeks. Now I have some fill-ins, but John from Blue Box starts, I think, next weekend. He's gone for 2 full weeks.
Yeah.
I won't be back till like the 20. I think. Well, we'll talk about that later on because we've got so much good stuff coming up. So
thank you, Gaetano. Yep.
Yeah, appreciate it. So, what do you want to shout out, Mikey? What do you got going on? I know we'll see you on Wednesday.
Yeah, let's looking forward to talking about inns and taverns.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
There's a zillion of them, so we'll see how it goes.
There's a zillion of them, and we'll talk about whatever comes to mind that night, right? We'll go over it and have fun with it, and enjoy the discussion. So,
what's the new topic? There's a new topic.
Yeah.
What is it, Dale?
No. I think he's talking about a topic that we have.
Yeah. The taverns you're going to talk about on Wednesday.
That's what we're doing.
So Justinius, if you put in Wolf Inn Tavern, Discord me the details. I've had a couple other people do that. I know the taverns in areas I play. I know there's two taverns in N1. There's a tavern in Hamlet. I know the taverns I use. I mean, this show's a tavern. Gabbin at Lord Peakshaven is a tavern, right? So there you go. Put in, just give me details and we'll discuss them. We will discuss a lot of those. And there's some locations that have some cool drinks out of taverns. And there's some references that we'll share with taverns as well for that discussion. Which will be, and Anna, what do you want to shout out here
I'm just gonna, to say wish everybody some awesome time, and I'll be leaving at 4 a.m. on Tuesday. So I have the final day tomorrow, and it's basically jam packed with all the stuff that I need to do and some real life. And 6 o'clock in the evening, I'm invited to guest speak at a meeting locally around here. So I will be at bed probably about 8, and then up again at 3 o'clock. So I will take a nap tomorrow during the day, so and get up early. But I'm going to write a lot of stuff. I have a bunch of articles and stuff and rules and whatnot that are written parts and synopsis and stuff. So I'm going to use my laptop a lot for writing and stuff like that instead of heavy graphics lifting, because it's not really up to that part. So so there will be a lot of stuff like that, and some heraldry and lighter stuff too, and some GIS stuff. I'm going to dig deep into GIS because my laptop can handle a lot of the easy light GIS work. That is a lot of the tedious work. So I'm going to do a lot of that. So there will definitely be some posts, and there might be, I might pop in, get up early in the morning or stay up late and pop in on some of the shows during the month too. So I wish everybody a wonderful month, and then I'll be back soon. Yeah.
Awesome, man, and thank you. And we'll miss you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And have fun in Sweden.
Well, thanks. Yep.
Wednesday night, memorable inns and taverns of Greyhawk. There you go. All right, we'll talk about that first this in the week. Thursday night, we'll have a game. I have not prepped for it yet. It's a TBD. I hit a wrong button there out of order. But yeah, so let's just go right to Saturday. The crossover event that everyone's been waiting for. And the name adventure is What Possibly Could Go Wrong. Right? And that's the adventure name. And look at this group. Ed Greenwood, Eric Boyd, and Eric Mengi from Two Drink Minimum. Mandy, Maria Bones, and Darling from the Slav Squad. So we'll have, yes, and that'll be, that'll start 6 p.m. Eastern next Saturday. It'll be exciting because we had one previous crossover event with the groups, and it went very well. And I think this will go. And we have a couple other people crossing over that didn't last time, so it'll be a real more Ed. Can you ever get enough of Ed? His character Ravalantor just made 8th too, and he made. And if you didn't know, the last adventure that I ran with Ed and Anna and Eric Mengi and a couple other people was at GaryCon, where Ed's character, they found the Collected Wisdom of Snillock book. Somehow it got over here from Forgotten Realms, and it had a spell that is brand new that I created. He can't cast it yet, though. It's 5th level, and that's Snillock's Snowball Avalanche. So it's in his spell book, but when he becomes 9th, he'll be able to cast it. So he's got a bunch of Odd spells in his book, and yeah, it'll be good because both him and Eric Menke's Halfling, his Halfling Guardian, Tallowick, went up to 7th. So most of the characters are multi-class 6/6, 7th or 8th in this group. So we'll have fun with that. It'll be a good one. And then Sunday night next week. There we go. I fixed it finally.
Oh, there you go. Yep.
Your name's not on it. So
yep.
Yep. And that is the Gabbin show with. And we'll go over the other adventure path, Savage Tide, which is all James Jacobs.
That'd be a good one.
Thanks. Eric Mona will co-host with me because he'll know the right questions to ask, and we'll have some fun memories about that. And that's next Sunday this time. So looking forward to all that. And thank you for a great week. And thank you for a great night last night. This day, I should say, as we went.
Yeah, it was really a whole
long time. And people will come back and go, "You're still on?" Yeah, we're still on. That was the whole thing. We're gonna play it old school. Sit there, eat lunch as we're playing. I was gonna drink a little bit, but I was too tired. I was like, I better not. So I didn't drink any ciders or anything like that. All right, last call! Exclamation point drawing. Let's see who wins our classic D&D reprint giveaway. And once again, please be patient. As Chuck said, codes are coming. I know that Scottish Jeff, you won a Tomb of Lizard King that's going out tomorrow. So, thank you. Let's close this out. See who wins. Hey, Green Zap. Thank you. We're gonna keep it rolling.
Thanks. Yeah.
I'll keep on rolling. So it should be 4 streams next week. Then Wednesday, Thursday the week after, and then I'm gone for a week. I'm going to a week from Sunday after that with family vacation. Yep. So, all right, closing this out, and then we will get out of here. We're gonna read into Darling. I think they're doing Ghost of Saltmarsh. Thank you, Keith Rogier. Congrats, Keith. Tell me what you want.
Congratulations.
I would recommend either Treasure Greyhawk or what I ran yesterday, Tomb of the Lizard King. Let me know. All right. Said I have a bunch of things to get out there to everyone, and I promise I will. And you know what? Let's do a second one. Doing another one. Do a second winner. Stefan Strategy. Grats. I know you're on right there. So Stefan, you tell me what you want, man. Thanks, George.
Yeah, thank you.
George, yeah, you're getting yours too. Trust me. It's just once he cuts it, I promise I'll give you the one I owe you too. Let me know what you want, Stefan, as you won as well. If you want one of these two, let me know. I got some other stuff too. I got a Shady Dragon Inn. Actually, I want to keep that for Wednesday. I want to talk about that. I may give that away Wednesday. I have a Cult of the Reptile God, Silver Key, Abyss Thor. Got some good stuff. So just let me know, both of you, and we will get them out to you as quickly as possible. Yeah, Mike, and thanks for jumping on. That was really kind of you. Really appreciate it. M1's awesome too.
No problem.
I agree. And M1's got 2 ins in it to discuss. I'm going to discuss both those on Wednesday because they're kind of. There's actually 3 ins in N1, but only 2 are open. So, yep. Yeah, Abyssor is awesome. So, Stefan. All right. This is. If you want a 3rd edition adventure, it's easily convertible back to 1st edition, and is a memorable dungeon crawl that's multiple levels with great items and a great story. This is fantastic. So, Stefan, if you want that, I'll give you that to you. Yeah, I'll send you this. I'll send you this then. I should have your address, man. If I don't, Stefan, do me a favor. Just whisper it back to me. I probably have it, but just whisper it back to me. All right? Put it all in whisper here, and I'll make sure I get it out to you tomorrow. So I got 3 things to send out tomorrow. We're good. We're good. All right, let's get out of here. Watch, I'm going to turn the light off so I go dark right there. We're going to raid into Darling. Mike, Anna, thanks. Community, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for the wonderful support. You know, we're well over 10,000 followers. I got past the 1,000th adventure. Whew, weight off my chest. The next big thing is I got to make sure that we have a blast on this Saturday night adventure with Ed and the ladies. I think it's going to be awesome. See you all Wednesday night. Everyone have a good one. See Mike and me by ourselves. No chaperone.
It will be the first Ladies and Lore that I'm not on. I
think
that
so.
has ever
Absolutely.
been broadcasted. Yep. Ever streamed. Yep.
Alrighty, raiding into Darling. Hit the right button, Jay. My pleasure.
Yep.
Said, without all of you, I don't have a stream. And the community is stronger with everyone participating.
Definitely.
See if we can get over 70. Oh yeah, there we go. 73. 75. Awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you Wednesday night.
Yeah, he popped over real quick today. So yeah.
Good.